Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
So I'm now going to move into introducing our next presenter, Gloria Grace Wallace. And Gloria is a spiritual teacher, a speaker, quantum healing practitioner, and ecumenical minister. She has had more than 30 years experience in international education and directing, producing children's theater in the US, England, and Southeast Asia, especially Malaysia, prior to migrating to Australia in 2003. For the past 18 years, Gloria Grace has pursued other career opportunities as the founder director of several healing centers where she offers services as a quantum healing and hypnosis practitioner, holistic therapist, conscious living coach, panel, Reiki master teacher, healer, ascension, and meditation teacher. She is also a sacred dance leader and musician with her husband, Jeff, and they co-create sacred ceremonies within their Heartlight community. Gloria's topic for us today is preparing for the new earth and the new consciousness. And welcome, Gloria.
Thank you, Deb. Can I just ask a practical question? How much time do I have at this point? I have my stopwatch here. We're 25 past 12.
We have until, let's see, 12. We have.
We're all, 10 to 15 minutes. So I just wanted to know whether I have 15 or.
You're 10 to 15. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
Thanks. Yes, I'm Gloria Grace of the Heartlight Center for Conscious Living. And we have gatherings and circles, and they are happening virtually for the last 20 months or so. And it is a pleasure and a privilege to be a part of this virtual gathering. And exciting for us all to find one another and to come together acknowledging what on earth is going on. What we do at the beginning of our community gatherings, virtually or otherwise, is an acknowledgement and prayer for harmony between humanity and nature. And so I'd like to do that now with all of you. So we have all these beautiful connections from Bobby to feel the energies of beautiful Mother Gaia. So if we could just perhaps, as I read this acknowledgement, share this acknowledgement in prayer, that we feel through the soles of our very being and our feet, the heart of the earth and the heart of the heavens, connecting with our own sacred heart centers in the center of our being. We acknowledge the Aboriginal people of Australia and the Indigenous people of the world as the traditional custodians of the places in which we gather. We recognize and respect the enduring relationship they have with their lands, waters, and skies. And we pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging. We also acknowledge Lady Gaia for all the ways she sustains and nourishes us. I'm feeling a lot of power coming through right now. So we acknowledge the elemental realms and the devas, the nature spirits that work with Mother Earth and humanity to support our original divine blueprint of vibrant health and well-being and long life. On behalf of humanity, we offer our prayer for humanity to live in harmony with nature. We offer our gratitude to the world of nature for its blessings. And we honor the existence of all life. And we honor the beautiful planet Earth. We pray with united hearts that people around the world may remember that all life is sacred and interconnected, and create a world where all people live in harmony with nature. That harmonious relationship, not only with this planet, this sweet planet, and with all of life, and with ourselves, this is greatly affected by each soul's journey of evolution and learning and consciousness. And so a big part of what we're hearing in this global transformation event is that if each one of us can have that bigger picture about what is unfolding right here, right now on this planet, there is a shift of consciousness that not only the Mother Earth is experiencing as she completes a planetary cycle, her own karmic cycle, her own evolution on to the next level of consciousness on the spiral of evolution. We too, humanity, is in the midst of also completing an aspect of our evolution. However, individual souls are on individual paths. And if we have that bigger picture, if we have a context of why, an understanding, and there are many, many beautiful channels out there. There are many different versions or perspectives on our history, our galactic history as a planet and as a species. But if we can move from that egoic experience, that third density level of polarity and duality, which has been a part of our natural cycle of consciousness evolution, then we can see where we are headed. We can feel it. We can ask in our own lives, what have we noticed that is changing? What is it that we are a part of now? And how awakened can we remain each and every day? And so in our Heartlight community, in our gatherings and our circles, and in my husband and my daily practices, we have come together and asked for guidance. How may we keep our love quotient and our light quotient as high as possible in the midst of what would appear to be great disharmony and disorder and dis-ease and disruption and divisiveness? Each of us can stay awakened. We can support one another through our choices, our thoughts, our words, our actions, our decisions, our behaviors. All of it holds either the light or the darkness. And so what I have meditated on for these days leading up to this moment is to connect with my own guides, which are part of all of the guidance that is downpouring for precious humanity and this sweet planet right now. And so when I asked the guides in these last few years, what shall I call you? Who are you? They simply say, names are not how we identify ourselves on the other side. It's more a vibrational identity and blueprint, if you will. But you may call us the New Earth Guides, for we are a part of and overlapping with all of the rays of guidance that are connecting with those who are able to receive the guidance and to be uplifted by it and inspired. So I have been guided. I have asked, what would you have me share today? And so this particular channeling is from a few weeks ago for one of our Ascension circles. And again, if anything that I've shared with you today or in the workshop on Friday resonates with you, or you would like to reach out and connect, I'd love to hear from you. And you may do so through heartlight.com.au. And this is what our beloved New Earth Guides would have us here today, have us here in this moment right now. Beloved ones, greetings and blessings. We wish you to understand that you have come together in this way in this time because you have an inner knowing. We are here each time with you or whenever you call upon us to remind you that you have this inner knowing, that you have this inner connection to Source and to your true home. That true home is within each of you. And it is this sense of unity consciousness with all life, with all creation, and with all that is. You have never been separated. You cannot be separated. all the outpicturing that you may be aware of on a day-to-day basis, aware of souls who have embraced or been lost in illusion, the belief that they are separate from others and that there is such a thing as them and us, or an us and them. This is not true. It is an illusion. We say this as lovingly as we can. This is fear and fragmentation. But there are also layers of what remains for this planet of those souls who incarnated eons and eons ago. This beautiful planet long ago was indeed preparing to ascend to the fourth density of consciousness on the spiral of evolution with the rest of the planets in the solar system. There were souls, as we now have been explaining through a variety of channels, souls that some channels such as Patricia Cotto Robles, they have called laggard souls. Those souls who were not evolving. Those souls were fear-based and fragmented. Those souls were behaving in unloving ways, harmful ways, abusing their power, allowing their compass to be greed. And they were not going to be able to continue up the spiral of evolution. This was a tragedy. From the point of view of the company of heaven, these laggard souls and their lack of evolution had reached a level of concern. But the beautiful beings on earth all those eons ago said, we have achieved such a vibration that we can take on these wayward souls, the souls that are fear-based and are living in the darkness. Surely our light will raise them now, so we can ascend with all the other 143 planets of the solar system. We can ascend together up the spiral of evolution. The gesture was so heartfelt, so compassionate, so compelling, that the Council of Light agreed to allow this planet to take on these laggard souls, allowing them to come and incarnate on Earth to be healed, and for their lower vibrational frequencies to be transmuted. And then all would be on track and the Earth could ascend up the spiral of evolution along with the other brother and sister planets. And so the experiment was permitted to unfold without knowing what the exact outcome would be. This had never been attempted before in the planet's history. The beautiful female beings on planet Earth allowed the souls to come through them, and things seemed to be progressing in sustainable ways, shall we say. Throughout their nursing of the baby souls and then their becoming young toddler souls, all seemed well. And then, as they grew into even older souls, it became clear. That the heavy debt, their karmic liability and low frequencies, the old patterns and trauma, and the old beliefs were playing out in ways that were affecting the vibration of those who had agreed to compassionately allow them to be incarnated on Earth. This is what throughout history has been known as the fall from grace. In this fall from grace, the earth beings who had opened their arms and their hearts to the laggard souls had now fallen down in this lower frequency of fear and fragmentation, separation consciousness, and the karmic wheel swallowed them up. And now the cycle continued for the earth beings lifetime after lifetime, as the law of karma had been put in place long ago when the laggard souls had brought it in with them. And the more evolved earth beings had now descended into third density duality again with the laggard souls and missed their opportunity to move on to the next level of the spiral of evolution. And so, the souls incarnating on Earth and the planet herself have been struggling since that fall from grace to climb their way back to the level of consciousness they enjoyed before taking on the laggard souls. It would take thousands of years until the next shift of the ages, when all of the 144 planets of this solar system would ascend to the next level of consciousness. And now, indeed, this solar system is in the shift of the ages. The planets of this solar system are preparing to ascend on the spiral of evolution and will be ascending from the fourth level of consciousness, which is love and service to others, up to the 5th level or density of consciousness, which is the level of wisdom. And so in order for the Earth to shift through both 4th and 5th density levels in one transition, so that it can be back on track with its brother and sister planets in the solar system, it was essential that the clarion call went out 500 years ago to call in as many light workers as was possible from all the different planets in the solar system, from all those more evolved planets that have been enjoying unity consciousness and heart-based living since the last shift of the ages. You light workers are all here now and have been coming through in great numbers as we get closer and closer to this present moment. Beloved ones, many of you have answered this call. You have volunteered to be here. You have come to hold the light by having this understanding that you are here on purpose. Those of you that have found one another can help one another to remember, and also to tune into guidance that you are available for without fear, to wholeheartedly open yourselves to receive all the support your hearts can hold. At this time, it is crucial to awaken. It is essential, but you have done this before. You have come from more evolved lives and civilizations and races, and you know what to do. But many of you have wanted, once again, as you have incarnated here from childhood onwards, you have wanted to remember what it is like for human beings to be caught up in the karmic wheel, caught up in being identified with your physical bodies, with the pleasures of the body, with the mind games and the dramas. However, these things can trap and drown you. We understand you wanted to remember what it's like to be incarnated in this matrix here, but now it is time to awaken. And we are here to help you remember, to remind you that you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not your thoughts, not your feelings, you are not your human experiences. You are so much more. You are the light incarnate. You are love incarnate. You are the light and love without end. You are all that is. You are here this time because it is another opportunity for this shift of consciousness up the spiral of evolution. And if you can remember your own inner knowing, the truth that you are awakening to full consciousness, that then we will support and guide you as often as we can. So do not let this memory of your inner knowing be compromised by the daily news, the appearances of external chaos, disorder, and disharmony. The mind might give these labels to what you are perceiving, but this is the birthing process and the death throes and sounds and sights of the ignorance, darkness, and some have historically called evil, but we will simply call it those souls who have become accustomed throughout the eons of the karmic wheel playing out again and again, are those who have become comfortable and identified with abuse of power and greed and service to self only. We ask that you have compassion and forgive them, for they know not what they do. They know not of their identity, shall we say, for they do not have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. They cannot know, for they are unconscious. And when you have nothing and no one left to forgive, including yourself, you will know that an important layer of your light work has been completed, and that you are healing, growing, and evolving. Beloved ones, you are loved, you are cherished, you are guided, and you are supported. And we are available to you always. We are the new earth guides. Blessings and namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria, for a powerful message. Such beauty, strength, and the relationship of what the planet Earth, what I call in my grandmother's traditional language, Ila, has always held us in love. And know that planets are all, they're all personalities. They're all like people. that's a simplification, but they're all, they're not these inanimate things hanging out there in space. So I appreciate very much that presentation. And let me do my due diligence here and see if I can actually. There we go. I'm always one behind. There we are. That is your certificate of appreciation, and we will be emailing that to you. So again, much appreciation for your presentation, and looking forward to our discussion part.